What's going on, guys? If you ever watch one of my videos and you hear all these strange noises in the background whenever I'm near my Coachman Brookstone, a lot of folks often wonder what in the world's going on. Does he have like a herd of cats in there? Does he have a flock of birds? Or does he have a dog barking and a rattlesnake? And I've mentioned this in several videos, and I've actually done a review on this, and this is a really cool product, and I'm gonna honestly say I think it works pretty well because I haven't had an issue with what these things are meant to keep away. Hang tight, I'll be right back. So I've featured this before on my channel. It is super cool. I think it's pronounced Loraffe, I really don't know. But it's essentially a multifunction plug-in rodent repeller. It's actually one of those items from, a practicality perspective should do what it claims to do. And it seems to be working pretty well for me. So this is what the device looks like. I think it's about 50 bucks is what I pay for these. And I have 4 of them now. I have one here in the barn, I have one in the garage, I have one in the RV, and I'm going to have another one in the other RV now. So I get these for pretty much all the RVs or any space that I'm not in all the time to repel rodents and pests and things like this. Now, it has all the normal stuff that you always hear about, like the ultrasonic sounds, and you can actually hear it. And my hearing must be pretty bad because when my daughter comes out, she says it's ear piercing. She hates the way it sounds. So she can't really be around this whenever it's on the way that I can. But this has all sorts of cool functions, from flashing LEDs that surround it. It has a photo sensor on it, so it knows when the lights are off. So when the lights are off, this thing starts flashing. It has all sorts of different sounds. Now, I'm not going to go over all of them, but it's like a cat sound, a couple different cat sounds, a couple different dog sounds, a door slamming, rattlesnake. It's got several different birds, including a hawk and some other birds that are birds of prey. So it generates a lot of different sounds of predators that might normally scare rodents away. Now, again, in terms of effectiveness, I can't honestly say that this thing's doing like a phenomenal job, but what I can tell you is, since using these, I haven't had any rodents inside of our RVs, any of our RVs, and I've been using these for a while. So let me plug this thing in so you can kind of get an idea of how it works. It includes the power plug. Okay, you probably heard that chirp whenever it comes on. You have different settings down here at the bottom. That's your test setting. This is going to be just your ultrasonic. Has another form of ultrasonic, they call it Duo. And then it has everything going at the same time. It has ultrasonic, Duo Plus, all these different sounds that go off at the same time. And they cycle through for about 5 to 6 seconds. Turn the volume down. It gets really loud too. So this speaker on this side plays all your ultrasonic sounds, and this speaker on this side plays your louder sounds, and you can absolutely tell the difference in terms of what the speakers look like. There's your rattlesnake. And then if I cover the photocell, the lights flash. They do a really effective job. I mean, it seems to do a really effective job. Turn that back down. But yeah, this is definitely one of those things that I just keep in the RV as a precautionary thing. I keep it in the shop and just anywhere where I might normally see like a rat, a mouse, some type of a rodent that could get in. And again, since using them, I haven't had any problems with rodents whatsoever in anything that I've had these in, which is really cool. And I can tell you that we do have rodents out here all over the place. I mean, if I mow the grass when the grass is relatively tall, you see them scurrying away. Rats and mice and all sorts of crazy critters. Snakes, they scurry away. And there's a lot of wooded areas around here, a lot of places for rodents to hide, and there's absolutely no reason on earth why they wouldn't just come out on their own to try to get into some of these things. So if I have a rodent issue, I'd probably stop using this because it just wouldn't be effective. But we haven't had a single rodent issue. And I have these, again, I have one in the Brookstone, I have one in the garage, I have one in the shop, and we're going to be putting one in the Surveyor as well. It's relatively low cost, I mean under $50, and it gets you an item that seems to be really well made and really well thought out in terms of the design. It gives you the lights, it gives you the ultrasonic sounds, and it gives you the louder, more physical sounds that you typically would hear from, again, dogs. It has one where it slams a door. It has all sorts of different sounds, rattlesnakes, hawks, and the hawk sound is very, very, very realistic. I'm sure all of these are actual sounds that were recorded from real animals because we have a lot of hawks out here, and quite frankly, sometimes you hear a hawk and you wonder if it's this thing going off or if it's the actual hawk overhead. But very cool. Every time I post a video and I talk about this thing, usually I'll say, hey guys, if you hear something in the background, it's my rodent pest repeller, not some caged up animal that I haven't let out. And this is what you're hearing. And I think it works really, really well because, again, we haven't had any rodent issues at all. No rodent droppings, nothing. Yeah, and as long as that keeps happening and we don't see any indications of rodents tearing up our stuff, we'll keep using these. I'll put a link in the video description if this is something you're interested in. Got it off of Amazon. It plugs in. It only takes 110 power, so not USB. So you are going to have some form of 110 power. We do have 30 amp power going to the RV right now, and we really don't have anything pulling off of it except these and possibly the AC if we decide to go in there and use the AC. But for the most part, nothing really is running in the RV. And like I said, it's just a really great precautionary means. It's relatively inexpensive, certainly a lot less expensive than constantly having to reapply deterrent and experimenting with 100 different things. But it seems to work for us, so we like it. I'm sure there's folks who say that it doesn't work for them or who are skeptical about it, but again, as long as it works for us, we're going to keep using it. Anyways, again, I'll throw a link in the description if this is something you're interested in. Guys, if you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, and we'll talk to you again very soon.